We are back again for yet another Talker Diaries. I haven't posted in 2 weeks, so I know. I keep saying be consistent with posting. I keep saying, I'm gonna post every week, and then I F around and don't post every week. Now, I will say that a lot of that was just me being me. And also, I feel like sometimes I get discouraged, like, or I get unmotivated to post. I'm like, you know what, girl, you got to stay motivated. And I feel like when I watch the different like YouTubers that I watch and different content creators, that motivates me to want to like start posting again. Like there's just one girl I'm subscribed to. Her name is Reagan 777. Well, it's not 777. Her name is Reagan and 777, and I enjoy watching her videos. And I watched her latest vlog like a couple days ago. She did like a LA vlog, and it inspired me to finally do my first vlog. So yes, when we go to Savannah, me and mom, we go to Savannah next Thursday. We leave next Thursday. Well, this Thursday, since today's Sunday. So we leave Thursday and come back Sunday. And so I'm gonna record the whole interaction. I mean, the whole trip. I'm gonna record packing when we get there. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make the vlog not too long because for this to be my first vlog, I don't want to be a super, super long vlog where people don't even want to watch it. But I do want to make it long enough to where it's a little bit interesting. So I'm gonna try to do maybe like a 15 to 20 minute vlog. We'll see. But yeah, I kind of had lost some motivation, so that's why I haven't posted in like 2 weeks. But we're back again for another video. So obviously, thank you for clicking on this video. Happy Sunday, but I already say that. I enjoy Sundays. I know some people hate Sundays, but I actually like Sundays. So without further ado, let's get started with the. All right, so of course you already know I got the handy dandy iPad because if I don't have this iPad and write down stuff, I am not going to remember what to say. I'm going to just be rambling, literally. All right. So first off, of course, being a woman in itself is hard enough. We have to deal with so many things. We got to deal with hormones. We got to deal with then that, affects our moods and stuff. We got to deal with our cycle, which in itself is a lot. And then not only that, we have to deal with society. We got to deal with men. Ugh. So a lot of that, it's just a lot that goes on with us. And so a lot of the times as a woman, naturally, no matter how beautiful a woman can be, we just naturally are not confident, or you're not always confident every single day. There's days where you just feel like blah, especially during different points of the month, like I said, because of our hormones and our cycles and stuff. So women naturally, we're not super confident every single day. But then you add height into that, and yeah, you add height into that, and it's a different thing. Hold on, I need to change something. Sorry. But yeah, so you add height into that, and that just makes it even more. It's a lot to deal with. So of course, like I've talked about this before, I had to grow confident in my height and who I was. It took time. It wasn't an overnight thing. It wasn't something that I did. It didn't come easy to me. I had to learn it on my own. And, thankfully nowadays, I feel like the girls that are now, they have so many tall women they can look up to or see that are confident and all that. I had that, but I didn't have that. So I had to learn to be confident. But as a tall woman, of course, now I'm 28 years old. Of course, I'm secure and confident in my height, but that doesn't mean I'm confident with, every single day. There's days where I feel like blah. There's days where I feel like, damn, like I'm super, super tall and nobody wants me. Like, especially since I don't have a boyfriend and haven't ever been in a relationship, there are times where I get discouraged or, feel like, I'm not going to find my guy. But I will say, whenever I see my tall couples on Instagram, TikTok, I just saw a tall couple on TikTok that was really cute. She was 6'3", he was 6'6", 6'7". I was like, yes. or I see it in public. Anytime I see tall couples like that, it gives me hope. But it gives me, you know what? I will find my guy. Now, do I feel like my standards are high when it comes to dating? I don't feel like they are. I do have a height preference. I will say that, but I don't think my standards are super high. Other than that, just saying. But yeah, as a tall woman, we already, of course, we get stared at everywhere we go. When you're tall, you get stared at everywhere you go. So sometimes it can be a confident booster because you feel like, oh wow, like all eyes on me. I must, da 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 da. But then sometimes when you're not feeling like it, you don't feel confident and everyone's just staring at you. And you're just like, ugh, I don't want to be stared at. I don't want to be looked at, but yet everybody is looking at me right now. And I don't want that. So imagine being a woman, having go through everything you go through. You're already not feeling it. And then, bam. Now, on top of that, you're 20 feet tall. No, I'm just kidding. But you're tall. And that also adds into that aspect of like, no, everyone's staring at me, which no matter how I look, how I dress, any of that, people are going to stare at me at all times. Like I don't get a day off where I go out in public. Now, unless I stay home all day and don't go into the public eye, that's the only way that I'm going to have a day where people are not staring at me when I walk out the door. You know what I mean? Like everywhere I go, whether I want it or not, people are going to stare at me and I can't help it. So when you're a woman and all that, it you have those days where you don't want to be bothered, where you don't feel confident, you don't feel great. But when you're tall, it's like you don't have a choice. Like people are going to stare at you and look at you and point at you and have little slick slide comments and all that. And that doesn't help, especially if you're not feeling yourself that day. It definitely does not help. But I think people have to realize, like, yes, we're tall, yes, we're this, but we're women. So, of course, there are days we're not going to feel like that, and that's okay. Don't make us feel bad for not feeling like that. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter about our height. I'm still a woman, so leave me alone. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, it is hard when you're not feeling it, and then you add on top of that, you're getting attention regardless of what you feel. All right, I think another thing that also makes us sometimes not feel confident or, makes us feel kind of bad is as a tall woman. First of all, I've talked this before. I have a whole video on this. I feel like a lot of people, whether they do it intentionally or not, they do seem to masculinize a woman's height. And it's so stupid, but it is what it is. And so a lot of the times, we as taller women, when you masculinize our height or you do things that make us feel like we're masculine, that doesn't help with the confidence thing. Like I don't feel confident if you're thinking I'm a man, or you give me you making me feel like I have manly things. Like no, I made a TikTok earlier in the week and I talked about how as a tall woman, a lot of the times our voices can be deeper or huskier than an average height woman. And I think some of it does come with height. I think height does kind of come with the voice deepener or huskier than the average woman. And so with that, I think, that's another reason why people, or another way people try to masculinize us as tall women. They're like, oh, your voice is deep as a man. And it's just like another thing we have to deal with. Like one more thing we have to deal with when it comes to how you all do us. And it's not a fun experience. No woman wants to be compared to a man with anything. Like I don't come to a woman and say, "Oh, you're as tall as a man, or you're as big as a man, you're as big as this man, that man, my brother, my." No woman wants to hear those things, and that doesn't help with her confidence. Like if you're feeling yourself one day and you're feeling good, and then someone comes up to you and says something like, "Oh my God, you're as tall as that man or this man," it's like, girl or boy or whatever, hush. Like you're not helping me. Or when you say, "Why your voice so deep?" Your voice or like people make stupid comments on people's videos, and they're like, "Oh my God, their voice is so deep, and their voice is as deep as a guy. Are we sure she's a man, or I mean a woman, or is she trans?" That shit gets on my nerves too. Like, please stop with that. I hate that whole like, ugh, that's so annoying. And I'm gonna be honest, and this might be a little bit controversial, I don't care. But I definitely feel like a lot of people like to masculinize tall, dark skinned women especially. or black women, but definitely dark skinned women versus tall other races of women. I'm just gonna put it out there. That's how I feel. I feel like people will definitely masculinize a tall, dark skinned woman versus any other race. There was a video, the WNBA, they shared a video. It was WNBA player Kalani Brown and Tierra, I think it's like a McGovern or something like that. And they're two tall women, both of them are 6'6", 6'7". And some idiot on Twitter was like, "Oh my, they letting trans women in play in the WNBA now? Like, come on!" And both of them are also darker skinned. I'm like, here y'all go, here I go with this. Y'all love to try to do that, and it's so annoying. But that's the reality that we have as tall women. We get told, or we get little slick comments. People trying to make it seem like because of our height, we are we instead of you saying we're tall and beautiful or just tall, you got to try to like compare us or try to make it seem like, oh, okay, you got the same features as this man and that man. Like, I'm not a man. Okay, I'm still a woman. And that's just another reason why I feel like that's not helping with our confidence when we have to hear those kind of slick, dumb comments that we hear. And it's just not a confident booster. It's not. But I definitely say ignore those idiots. Whoever says it, they're either jealous of you, wish they could be you, wish they were your height. So a lot of times, anytime the men, especially when men make those comments, you're mad. You're mad because you're small and I'm tall and you're big mad. And it's like, bro, let it go. I can't help that I'm my height. You can't help that you're your height. So why be why be mad at me? So for that part, I definitely feel like women that are, don't listen to those comments, brush it off. Now, of course, you're human, so of course there are days those comments and those things are going to get to you. But for the most part, know who you are, and once you know who you are, you're confident in yourself and your height. You don't care what people have to say about you. I don't care now. I don't. What's that on my? Sorry, I don't care. Like, I could care less what people have to say about me now, but before it used to get to me. And don't get me wrong, there are days where it does get to me a little bit, just a little bit, but not much. Like, I had a interaction in my job, and because I'm tall, I like to have fun with when people ask me those same questions about how tall are you and da da da. So this one guy, him and his brother, I guess, they were like, "Oh, how tall are you?" And I said tall, jokingly. I always do that. And they were laughing. And the other guy was like, "Oh, what, you ashamed of it?" First of all, sir, never gave that. Okay, never gave that. Never have. Never will. So stop. Okay, you clearly just. I'm like, you got that. You got me jokingly telling you that I'm tall as my height. That gave you insecure. Like, sir, if anything, you're the insecure one. You're mad you can't have my height. You never will, you never have, and you never can. Exactly. You know what I mean? Sorry. But yeah, be confident in that. Don't worry about what people have to say when it comes to those little slick comments they make. But at the end of the day, people, watch what you say to people. You can, like, somebody can be having a day where they're up here, just in the rude, another day is down here. Just think. So the last point that I wanted to make was be patient with yourself, but also really love on yourself. So those days, and this is for all women, but especially us tall women, those days where we're not feeling like we're the baddest bee on the planet, instead of just soaking in it, which you can soak for a minute, don't get me wrong, soak for a little bit, but for the most part, be patient with yourself. Those days, be patient with yourself, love on yourself a little bit extra that those days. Um, if you need to just stay home and just in bed rot, that's fine. That's why I love Sundays. My Sundays, I usually just stay at home, chill, watch YouTube, watch movies. And then at night I'll do like self care. I'll do I'll make sure I do my self care routine. Just putting into yourself is another thing. Those days you don't feel good, it's okay to just, do nothing. Sit at home. Matter of fact, plan a day of just like doing nothing and but just like chilling out all day, and then at night take a nice hot shower, do some self-care, do some skincare, do some hair care, whatever it is that makes you feel good. Also really invest in a good self-care routine. Like, and you ain't gotta break the budget. You ain't gotta break the bank. You can always be self care on a budget. I do. You know what I mean? Like, but those days where you're not feeling 100% confident, it's okay not to feel 100% confident. That's why I say also have good friends and good people around you. If you can have that one friend that you know you can talk to and tell anything up to, talk to them. If you have a boyfriend, if you have a husband, talk to him. Like whatever it is, talk to your mom, whoever you can talk to that one or two people that you know talking to them will automatically help you feel better. You know what I mean? Also, another thing is I like to watch tall girl TikTok. It makes me feel even more confident in my height. So any days where I'm not feeling good or just want to kind of see more women that look like me, I go on tall girl TikTok. I put in the search bar and I search it, and I'm like, you know what? Yep, we are. We're beautiful. We're wonderful. We're beautiful creatures. We're exotic, unique, beautiful creatures. It's not many of us. Look, it might seem like it's a lot of us. It's well, I don't know. It's not. It's not a lot of us though. But yeah, those days where you're just feeling down on yourself, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up for too long. Maybe sulk for a little bit, but it's okay. And it's okay to not feel confident in your height and in yourself every day. You might have those days where you don't want to be tall, and that's okay too. It is okay to feel like, you know what? I don't like my height today. That's okay. Now, usually I don't feel that way, but if I did, it's okay to feel that way. I'm a human being. I have feelings. It's fine. You know what I mean? So, the days that you feel that, definitely for sure, like I said, give yourself patience. It's okay to sulk for a little bit. Just chill out. Chill at home all day and talk to a good friend, read a good book, take a good hot shower, do some great self-care, do whatever it is that makes you feel confident or makes you feel good about yourself again. And like I said, women, we go through so many emotions and so many moods and hormones up and down. It's a lot, but we have to just be patient with ourselves. And I'm learning that still now, to be patient with myself and really love on myself, especially those days where I'm not feeling the greatest, especially when that loneliness kicks in. Because, like I told you guys, I have never had a relationship. So there are days where I don't feel confident. I'm like, you know what? Maybe because I don't look like whatever, that's why I don't have anybody. But also to realize, I feel like whoever I'm supposed to be with, I will find when the timing is right. So right now, I'm focused on myself. I'm focused on doing this content creating thing. And that is my main focuses. That's a word these days. All right, that will conclude this video. I didn't want to make it a super, super long video because I didn't really have much to say about that. But I did want to make a little bit of a video. So, of course, as always, please comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. Also, check out my TikTok where I'm, pretty active on there. I try to post on there every day, if not every day, a few times a week. Also, I do want to start doing like try on hauls on here and TikTok where I like order from different tall girl brands and then obviously show you guys. So that's definitely something I want to start doing as well. But of course, it takes money. And these brands are not cheap. Well, some of them are, but not all of them. They're not all of them. But yeah, I just really want to, like I said, stay motivated and really, create this content. I'm like much more consistent with TikTok, I guess, because TikTok is so quick. You can just make a video and bam. This is different. You gotta make a video, edit, do this, do that. It's a lot different, but I'm gonna try my hardest to make a video every week. Now, like I said, today is Sunday. I will probably post this by at least really tomorrow because Wednesday I'm gonna start recording for the Savannah vlog, and I'm gonna try to post that vlog probably the following Monday or Tuesday because I'm gonna record from Wednesday to Sunday because we come back Sunday. And then I will edit pretty much all night Sunday as much as I possibly can. Also, yeah, pray for me for the editing to try to edit the vlog. I have a hard time trying to edit these videos. So, yeah, pray for me. But I will see you guys in my next Tall Girl Diary video.